A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to TV shows that deserve the spotlight. And I'm sure that some of you are probably wondering, what else could I possibly do in terms of all this new material to work with? Well, it's time that we get on to some more old school cartoons. But unlike a good majority of shows I've already talked about, why don't we dive back way into the past? And I mean way back. When cartoons, by the 1960s, were all coming together thanks to one known company. One show in particular that I remember very fondly, alongside several others that came from this one company itself. This show is titled Mcgraw Mcgraw. It's an Old West styled series that's not necessarily as fondly remembered as some others. The company in question that was responsible for this was Hanna-Barbera. Yep, this is the same company that gave us such classics like Huckleberry Hound, Snagglepuss, and of course, Yogi Bear and the Jetsons. Two of the greatest classic cartoons that we could have ever witnessed back in the day. Enough basically to compete with other such cartoons that were around at that point as well, like the Batman and even Rocky and Bullwinkle. But that is just to name a few. But while Mcgraw Mcgraw might not have had the same groove as the likes of other Hanna-Barbera properties, it still does hold a pretty big place in my heart and memory. I especially remember watching it on TV when I was very young. And there were plenty of pretty big moments in the whole series that were definitely worth watching. Lots of special moments, lots of interactivity with the characters, and lots of hilarious bits that are just there to keep you at the edge of your seat while also allowing you to slap your knees really hard while asphyxiating in a good way. I do consider Mcgraw Mcgraw to be worthy, not just for being a Western in the form of a cartoon, which were still common by this point, despite the fact that a common thing that was going on, known as the space race, was in effect. As we've seen in Toy Story 2, we know about that little story that was in there, and what basically happened when Sputnik was launched into orbit and has since been spinning around Earth, watching us. I guess that's all there is right now, is to list out all the episodes. There were 3 seasons altogether between 1959 and 1961, technically making this a bit of a predecessor to the likes of most of the other Hanna-Barbera properties that I've mentioned, or other ones that were around as well. But while it is older, it doesn't really come off as high significance compared to things like Yogi Bear or the Jetsons. But either way you look at it, let's get on down with the episodes.
Pull the moon down with a lasso. Make your ceiling full of stars glow. I could sneak in through the window, and I could say it, but we both know you got me.
And I feel like that covers that. 3 seasons altogether. Hanna-Barbera property, double check. And I feel like that pretty much just covers the whole thing with this episode that I got going on here. So if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.